Shit. Hello, heathens! How y'all doing? I hope my sound's coming through good. I haven't had a chance to really test my setup. Yeah, it's good?
Yep.
Okay.
The only problem is you started out the stream wrong.
Huh?
You said hello.
Oh, yeah. What's up, heathens? How y'all doing? So, yeah, tonight we're going to be going over why a atmosphere can exist next to a vacuum. Now, a lot of you guys probably already know why. I mean, the primary reason's gravity, but we're going to go through it. I have some visual aids that I'm going to bring up, and hopefully it'll make it a lot clearer, and I'm wondering if flat earthers will actually acknowledge the logic that I'm going to present tonight. So if you guys have any flat earth friends or anything like that, please send them this link, with the time code when I start my presentation and whatnot. But what we're going to do is we're going to compare the actual globe model, the accepted consensus model, to what the flat earthers claim about it. As far as like what the flat earthers say is wrong with the globe model and why they don't believe in it. So Jaren's going to be presenting that. I'm presenting my gravity atmosphere kind of presentation. And so yeah, I got KC here with me.
Hey, y'all.
Thank you, honey.
Sorry, I was turning it up because somebody said they couldn't hear anything, but I can hear it just fine.
Can you?
Yeah.
Okay, good. It's called the volume button. Thank you. I'm your tech representative. What you gotta do is turn it off and on again. We'll see you back here in about 10 minutes. So in case you guys are wondering, those in the chat with the green names are part of the Skeptic Mafia. You can become a member of the Skeptic Mafia by hitting that join link or going to Skeptic Mafia or joinskepticmafia.com. You can join up. You get those special things. You also get the special emojis there. I'm working on some more emojis. What? Emojis with G.
And the Skeptic Mafia podcast that everyone hated this week.
Yes, everybody did hate that Skeptic Mafia podcast. I don't care. Anyways, so we of course have Today I Learned as well as Shitty Ass Science, which to full transparency here, it started out with me saying shitty ass science. But because of the way that I slur my words and shit, it came out shitty ass science. And that's what it is from now on. Shitty ass science.
Yeah, it's better like that anyway.
I know.
Yeah.
But as you can tell, I'm floating around in space up here. All this fake space. Oh, look at all the bubbles. And I'm sure there's going to be a bumblebee that flies past. And shit.
What?
That's what they say. They said that there's bumblebees flying in space footage as well as bubbles and green screenery and directors on set and everything like that.
I really don't like flat earthers.
Yeah, I don't like flat earthers either, but anyways, if you could take a second and share the stream out, I would really appreciate it. Anywhere that you frequent. But anyways, let's go on ahead and get into
Moments of the day. No. Today I learned.
There you go, honey.
I was out of order.
Let's get on into the... we're not going to have my animation because I had to set up a whole new set of scenes. Today I learned...
Red's Rhetoric said, listen, people, GE has a really bad back because of his massive penis. Sending him thoughts and pray. Fuck it, take some Advil.
Take some Advil. Thank you, Red's Rhetoric! That's accurate! Totally accurate! That's how big my dick is! Okay.
Somebody might, question the balls, though, with how high your voice was.
No, why?
Isn't that where low voice comes from? Testicles? That's how biology works, right?
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
Okay, so today I learned in the 1880s, the Harvard observatory director was frustrated with his staff and would say, my Scottish maid could do better. So he hired his Scottish maid. Williamina Fleming ran a team for decades, classified tens of thousands of stars, and discovered white dwarfs and the Horsehead Nebula.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it is really amazing. And this is one of the fabulous women of science, where she wasn't necessarily a scientist, but she got shit done. She knew how to get shit done. And that's all. That's what really counts.
See, this is what men need to do. Get themselves a good woman, and she'll make you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or break you.
Yeah, she will. Mike McAtheist, this is a little out of order because we do the shitty ass science later, but he's asking through a super chat, how can you breathe in space? And I'm just going to give it to you real quick right here. Okay, so listen, space is a lot like underwater, so what you gotta do is develop space skills. Now, what space skills will allow you to do is strip away all that other radiation and just keep the oxygen and shit that's actually floating around up there because it escapes off the surface of the earth because it's flat and shit. But anyways, it'll allow you to filter out all that other radiation and keep that oxygen radiation, and it fills your body and it keeps you alive. It's a lot like what that what's that one twin's name in Star Wars that she got blew up and she was outside the ship for a long time and she didn't kind of like explode from the lack of pressure and shit. Leia! It was Leia. Whatever. Yeah, that bitch. It's just like her. She had gills. That's what she had.
Boy.
Anyways, okay. Next on Today I Learned, and now that I've got all of the Star Wars fans pissed off.
Which is weird because you're one of them.
Well, the shitty ass science I was supposed to kind of fuck up.
Oh yeah, you say that now. Why don't you show him your shirt?
Oh, my shirt. My shirt is my GE shirt. Now, I'm going to let you finish kind of shirt, which Chili Monster really liked it when I said this, I guess, and they made me a shirt. So, they made me the design, and then I made it into a shirt. So, that's how that works.
There's a person that is watching called Facts Are Demonstrable, and they comment a fact here. Star Trek is better. Star Trek is better.
All right. So, today I learned that at the time of his graduation in 1969, Robin Williams was voted most likely not to succeed and funniest by his classmates. I gotta tell you, that right there is a recipe for succeeding. So it seems like it's contradictory, those two things. Because, I mean, if you are the funniest, objectively, then I would say that you could definitely make a career off that, which he did. What, everybody is saying that Star Trek is better?
No, well, yes, but I'm just laughing at some dipshit in the comments.
So, today I learned that because of the Italian mafia, 75 to 80% of extra virgin olive oil in the U.S. doesn't meet the legal grade for extra virgin. So, this is basically a, hold on one second. This is how mafia works.
You have 2 super chats.
I know, honey. Thank you. Drew's Book Reviews says, yes, Star Trek is better. Listen to Caitlin.
Yeah.
And then Mike McAtheist coming right up the back says, Star Wars is better than Star Trek, except episodes 8 and 9.
Whatever, Mike McAtheist.
Except episodes 8, 9, 1, 2, and 3, 4 through 6, those should be the only canon ones. But anyways, no, I mean, I didn't really have a problem with 8 and 9, and I really didn't have all that much of a problem with 1 through 3. They're just kind of forgettable, and I guess 8 and 9 are kind of forgettable too. I don't know. I think it's just the time period in which they were released and how innovative, I guess, they were. But anyways, so, extra virgin olive oil apparently doesn't meet the legal grade for being extra virgin. How do you become extra virgin? Like, do you have 2 hymens installed? Is that how that happens? It's like, can I get extra virginized? Oh, you want the 2 hymens, huh? I mean, wait. 7, 8, and 9. 9 hasn't come out yet. What am I fucking thinking about? I'm a Star Wars guy. I should know that 9 hasn't come out yet. 7 and 8 were forgettable. I fucking suck at being a Star Wars fan.
Maybe you should have like a little bit of that beer.
oh, thank you, honey.
Welcome. Maybe you'll make sense here in a minute.
Oh no. So that's not gonna happen.
Oh.
Because
it's shitty ass science time.
It's shitty ass science. We're gonna answer some science really shitty.
Jen with one N said girl defined. Extra virgins.
Extra virgins. If there were extra virgins out there, fucking girl defined would be the extra virgins in the room. Okay.
Also, you have a super chat.
Oh, we got a super chat and a new member, Sean Taylor, which I think Sean was a member before, but maybe he's re-become a member.
Anyway.
He likes me now, that's what it is. Josiah Hansen just puts up a whole bunch of these, which, yes, I can do these. I learned while I was in Catholic Mass, is what I did.
You gotta say what it is, though.
It's the Vulcan Live Long and Prosper.
There you go. And people in the chat want to know what kind of beer you have.
Oh, this is Kentucky Vanilla Barrel Cream Ale is what it is. And it's awesome. Like it is tasty. You can taste the vanilla and everything like that. Although I know some of you people that are watching on the rewind might think that I'm drinking some kind of creamy cum kind of thing, because that's happened before in the past. This is beer, motherfucker, not cum.
Yeah, you did drink Jesus cum that one stream.
You know, that was whiskey. Okay, no, that was milk. It was milk. Anyways, NZ Pure has a super chat. Why doesn't the dome make the Earth like Venus? Does it got one of them Mad Corsair HD 110i water coolers? Oh, fuck, dude. Listen, this is the perfect segment to ask this in. Okay, at the very top, you got Zeno as the pilot, but he is running like 27 of the best water cooling CPU unit thingies that you could find up there, and it's just keeping this place cool, man. Just cool, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, so now for some more. We had 3 shitty ass sciences tonight. So this one right here. Let's see. I gotta fix my hat again. Have frogs invented teleportation? If so, does this mean that they are a more advanced species or biologically superior? Oh man, I'm so glad that this was asked. Okay. So no, frogs have not invented teleportation, you dipshit. Okay? Listen, that frog is going into warp speed. I'm glad you brought up Star Trek earlier, honey, okay? Because this motherfucker's going so fast out of that hand that the light can barely catch up with it, okay? So basically, the frog flipped on its warp drive right as the shutter was closing and shit on the camera, and what we actually looked at is him traveling so fast that he went into the future to when Battletoads is gonna come out, and he's starring in Battletoads, okay? Y'all know that remake of that game? I know you don't know, honey, but it is a source of frustration for every fucking gamer out there. I know, because I spent 20 goddamn hours just trying to get those bikes over whatever the fuck kind of hallway was that. Who designs a fucking hallway with all these goddamn little barriers you gotta jump over? That don't make no goddamn sense. Anyways, this motherfucker jumped into warp drive, went into the future, and he's fucking shit up there, okay? Leave him the fuck alone.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but this is a pretty awesome I guess show of like what happens when you're capturing a picture, capturing that light that's coming towards you and something's moving. Because like if you don't know, like you can have long exposures for things. And that's where you get like the car lights that are being traced on the road, and you just see the nice little tracing. That's because of a long exposure, and you have all these cars coming by, and so the camera's capturing that light at different stages. And if you leave it exposed for long enough, you get that nice effect. So So yeah, no, this is a pretty awesome picture. Well, I don't know, maybe ruined considering the guy was wanting to take it, but I can guarantee you that frog took a piss in his hand and he's got warts now. Whew, we all know that's how warts happen, right, honey?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. I was always told as a kid that if a frog pees on you, you get warts. Mike McAtheus, fuck it hat, aka Red Pill Philosophy. Fuck him.
You've had that fuck it hat for quite a while.
I have. Drew's book reviews. It's my 3-year apostiversary. Thanks, GE. You have helped. Oh, that's awesome, Drew. I'm so glad that I was able to help in some kind of way. If you guys don't know, Drew actually has a video on my channel where I interviewed him. It's actually a few videos, I want to say. So yeah, Drew's pretty awesome. Subscribe to his channel if you like book review type stuff. And then now we're going to be going on to the video, but I do have another video that everybody needs to put in their watch later, and I'm actually going to spam the chat a little bit with it right now. Who's your atheist? That frog was obviously using warp speed to get to the gay frog orgy. Oh, goddamn, that's probably it, actually.
Yeah, see, you had this whole explanation, and it was really just gay frog orgy.
Yeah, it was gay frog orgy. Mm-hmm. So, everybody needs to put that in their watch later or whatnot, because it's Team Skeptic, and he actually did a whole debunk video over the video that we're going over, but we are only going to be covering a little section of it, and it's really just Jeranism presenting his reason why you should question the globe model, right? So we're going to go into that, but first, honey, are you ready? This is what I was telling you about earlier.
I'm ready.
We have a little presentation. And I'm going to try to get I didn't have time to get, like, my camera all fucking set up and shit. Wait, what the fuck? Did I just make myself look fatter? That's not going to help my situation. Anyways, okay, so there we go. Okay. So I got a little presentation here. I figured that it would help if I had like visual aids when I'm talking about this, and so that's why I put together this little thing right here. And maybe if a flat earther finds this video or whatnot, they will see this and it could make sense to them. I don't know. But what we're going to be talking about is how an atmosphere can exist next to a vacuum.
Before you start, everybody in the chat wants you to know that that's the Star Trek font, by the way.
I know it is. Mm-hmm. It's called He's Dead Jim is the font name. Yeah.
That's the font name? He's Dead Jim?
Yes.
Oh.
He's Dead Jim. So it is a Star Trek font. It's not it's the original Star Trek. Not Next Generation or anything like that. But so yeah, we're going to be talking about this. But first, y'all aren't supposed to see all that yet. Fuck.
Okay. Super chat.
Oh shit, I get a super chat.
Teresa Ferries.
Okay. Teresa Ferries. I couldn't watch more than 2 minutes of today's video. Jism's voice started to sound like an adults from Peanuts cartoons. Wah 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 wah. Yeah, that's exactly what Jeranism actually said. To be cool. Okay, so let's get back to this. So, all right, this is a molecule. It can be any molecule that you want it to be. Now, for all intents and purposes, that I've used this as a representation of a generic molecule. And everything in the universe is subjected to various forces in a 3D space. This is just an example of the different forces. Like, you don't have to know exactly what forces, but every object, in the universe is subjected to these forces. Now, let me actually move this over here. That changed up my thing. Okay, there we go. So, since everything is subjected to these various forces, whatever forces they may be, the summation of these forces results in either a static position or in movement. So if you have like positive force in any direction whatsoever, after you sum all of the forces acting on a particular bit of mass, then it is going to move like in the direction that the force is pushing. Here we have the Earth. Our globe. Now, if everything in the universe has a force acting on it, then the Earth has forces acting on it, but also the Earth is big enough to where gravity makes it its own force. So this right here is a representation of gravity. Gravity is a force where mass attracts mass. As a result, everything is pulled to the center of mass. And that's what this is showing right here. The force of gravity would be pulling everything to the center of its mass. So the Earth itself is a force. And this is the force of gravity like equation. And it's going to be very important here in a minute. Now, our generic molecule is now an air molecule, right? And all these air molecules are being pulled by gravity to the center of mass. So, if you can just entertain the idea without exactly accepting it, dear flat earther, if the Earth is a globe and gravity is a thing, which we're actually going to see is something that you can actually observe, more than just dropping a pin or something. But if gravity is a real thing, if the Earth is a globe, this makes sense. This is how it would operate. We got a super chat real quick. GE, could you play Happy Birthday? I'll be 60 Sunday, but only 21 in mind.
Another one.
Oh, another super chat?
Mike.
Okay, let me do this real quick. Happy birthday, fuck me. Shit, hold on, hun. Happy birthday, fuck me.
Not offering.
Shit, there it goes. Okay, there it was, and then it went away. Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. You're gonna be 2061 on Sunday. Happy birthday to you.
2061.
2061. That's what it is.
You have another one, Melissa.
Okay, Mike McAtheist. GE is God. Changed my mind. I'll wait. Sorry, I'm drunk. Okay, and then Teresa, and then we've got one from Melissa Calandro. I love what a great team you and KC are. Love you guys. Oh, thank you, Melissa. Okay, so here's the force of gravity. The molecules of air are being pulled to the center of the Earth. That means that they are being held onto the Earth. So, if you take into consideration the force of gravity equation, the R is in the denominator. And because it's in the denominator, that means as R increases, gravity will get weaker. So as you go higher and higher up into the atmosphere, there's less and less gravity to hold those molecules onto the surface of the Earth. This causes a pressure gradient. Now, it causes a pressure gradient because the atmosphere that is closest to the surface of the Earth is going to be pulled harder than the ones on than the molecules and whatnot in the upper parts of the atmosphere. But what creates the different pressures is how much atmosphere is on top of itself as you go higher up. So as you go higher up, there's less gravity, and it's not held as tightly, like way up there. So they're freer to move around. Like there's less molecules in the air. There's less space for it to move and everything like that. Yes,
People
honey?
in the chat are saying ozone is O3. I don't know what you said because I was reading the chat.
I don't think I said a particular thing. I said air. I said air molecule as a representation of just the general, like air. Air is made up of different elements like nitrogen, oxygen, ozone, and everything like that. It's not one particular air molecule. I'm saying this is a generalized representation of just the molecules that are in the atmosphere. That's what I'm saying. So don't take this as a literal representation of it. I'm using a generalized model. That's oxygen. Listen, this is generalized. Do not get caught up in the shape of it. I just wanted to represent goddamn molecules. Fuck. All right. So, it makes sense that this pressure gradient would exist because of how, like, as you go into the upper atmospheres, you have less and less atmosphere in which to push down on the atmosphere that's below it. That's why you have like great pressures like at the bottom of the ocean than you do at the top of the ocean. Same thing with sea level air pressure is going to be much higher than the air pressure in the upper atmosphere. And this is actually measurable, okay? And you may be asking, well, how is it measurable there, GE?
How is it measurable there, GE?
Oh, thank you, honey.
You're welcome.
So mountains can give us observational evidence that the force of gravity changes and that there is a pressure gradient on the Earth. So when you go up to the top of a mountain, like 10,000 feet or 29,000 feet or whatever Everest is. Everest isn't 10,000 feet. Everest is more like 29,000 feet. We got Tau Trassen says PV equals nRT explains atmosphere. Can I go to sleep now? It's 3 a.m. No. God damn it!
You had one before that also.
Oh, NZ Pure, doesn't heat also play a role in air pressure? Well, it doesn't, like, heat doesn't create air pressure, but like air, like the medium of the atmosphere is what allows the heat to propagate, and also air pressure determines the boiling point of element, or not elements, but liquids and shit. So yeah, that's how heat is factored in, but heat doesn't like create air pressure or anything like that. It's actually air pressure that controls like boiling temperature. But anyways, so mountains can help us out here because when you start going up a mountain, not only do you register less pressure in higher altitudes, but you can also measure the force of gravity. If you weighed 150 pounds, which would be like, I don't know, two of me, if you weighed 150 pounds at sea level, then if you went up to at least 10,000 feet, you would weigh 149.92. So this is a measurable difference in gravity. And since gravity is shown to decrease over large distances, the force of gravity, that is, because that's what weight is. You can measure, like you can use that formula at the two different locations and you will get a lesser force of gravity at the top of a mountain. And so we can both measure the effects of gravity and we can measure the gradient that is there. So considering all of these things, it makes sense that the Earth can sustain an atmosphere right next to a vacuum because of gravity. Gravity holds the atmosphere onto the Earth as gravity gets weaker at the outer edges of the atmosphere, we do seep off some of our atmosphere to the space around us. That does happen. But because of gravity, it allows the atmosphere to mostly stay on the Earth. All right, how'd y'all like that little bit of a presentation?
We loved it, G.
I'm sure everybody in the comments have pointed out where I've got something wrong or whatnot. So I appreciate all of the what kind of criticism is it? Constructive criticism. Thank you. But now we're going to be going into the video, and it is kind of long. The entire video is kind of long, but we are probably not going to we're probably not going to like listen to all of it just because of how late it is now. And for some reason my GIMP is like freaking the fucketh out. There it goes. Okay, there we go. All right. Oh fuck, probably not. Chris Kelling. This is to put pressure on people to smash that like button. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that.
We got another one from Teresa. Yep.
Teresa Ferris. They said on the fake news that the thinning of the ozone layer was partly responsible for the polar vortex. Random extra science. Thank you, Teresa. I appreciate that. And yeah, that is one hypothesis that's out there, and I think that they're still doing like a lot of research into whether or not the thinning atmosphere was, but right now that's kind of the culprit.
You have a super chat up there from that came.
Oh shit! Yeah.
I don't see it.
No, it's there.
Okay.
Sorry, Eli. Thank you for reminding us. We need it when a lot of people do these super chats. How do I sign up for the Space Force? I want to shoot shit in outer space, America. Well, Eli, I mean, I don't think that you'll be doing a lot of like Space Forcing around, but you know, well, we'll see. I mean, he's got to get his wall built first, and then I guess maybe he's actually going to build a firmament. You got to keep out all of the illegal aliens. That includes the extraterrestrials. I can just see him calling a press conference like, "Listen, been watching all these YouTube videos. There are aliens that are probing our assholes, and I don't want to get my asshole probed. Do you, Jim Acosta?" Yeah, I bet you do.
Poor Jim Acosta.
I know.
Trump tries to probe his asshole every time he's at a press conference.
He does. All right, so this is a Jeranism video. It's linked in the description, but in this Jeranism video, he pretty much just plays a debate between this guy named Wiggles and Nathan Oakley, which I have to say, watch the original video because there are so many great sound bites from Nathan Oakley. He fucking loses it. And he just makes himself look bad. He looks irate and irrational, and it's fucking hilarious. We got a new Skeptic Mafia member, Shell Maxfield. Thank you. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce that. I'm sure you'll correct me here in a second, but all right, let's get to the video, shall we? Now, Jeranism, the part that I'm going to play is him explaining like everything about their ideas of the problem with the globe model.
It is not flat earthers who are stumbling on their own beliefs. It is those who claim space is real, despite the evidence against it. It's those who cannot shed the chains of public indoctrination. They are the ones stumbling over their beliefs, because their beliefs cannot stand up to the scrutiny of real science.
Actually, it definitely stands up to the scrutiny of real science. I just gave you the globe explanation, like the actual globe explanation. And so I'm kind of curious to see what kind of problems you have with it. Because what I'm going to bet here is that you don't actually represent the globe model accurately. You're going to totally negate forces that are necessary and indeed needed. Well, that's the same fucking thing. They're necessary for the globe model. We got another one from Chris Kelling. Here's to changing the combination on the air shield from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, nice Spaceballs reference. I love that. We're going to watch Spaceballs one day, honey. New member, Mike McAtheist. Thank you so much for becoming a Skeptic Mafia member. I really appreciate it. All right.
Science that follows the scientific method and not the worldview of some men who use math and antiquated axioms and unproven theories to sell the world on the fantasy that is planets and galaxies in an endless vacuum where all these places exist. All right, let's lay this out in a few diagrams to explain it. But first, we may need to spin the MIT chalkboard so that people better understand the second law of thermodynamics. And so now we will have the gas pressure at the ground level and the vacuum on top of it. We can watch, but the same holds true.
Take a gas in some volume, V, and over here is going to be vacuum of equal volume, and we're going to remove the barrier. You know what's going to happen spontaneously, right? The gas is going to fill the available volume once it becomes available.
Now, globe proponents have only one answer, and that answer is almost always the same: gravity. Yes, good old magic sauce. So gravity holds the gas to Earth. Well, let's see if we can show how this too is tragically flawed with some little diagrams I'll walk you through now.
Okay, Eli Stancliffe, you have never seen Spaceballs? What the fuck?
I have. It's just been a really, really long time, and I did not like.
Okay, so basically he's shitting on gravity here and saying that, oh, there's a problem with using gravity. And the problem is that he thinks that gravity isn't real. As we saw earlier, gravity is a measurable force. As you get higher in the mountains, as you get higher in elevation, gravity has less of an effect. So gravity is a measurable thing, and the law of gravity that we have can predict exactly what you would measure at those heights. That's why it's a law of gravity, which is really funny, because in this particular clip, Nathan Oakley actually says, "It's a law, Wiggles! It's a law! It's not my idea! It's a law! That means it's never been disproven." Which is not, that's not exactly the definition of what a law is. New member, welcome, Eldon S. Thank you for becoming a Skeptic Mafia member. Eldon, appreciate it. But anyways, he admits that laws are things that are, for all intents and purposes, like proven and unchanging. But yet the law of gravity, he doesn't want to admit is real. And that's what Jeranism here is also doing. He's, saying that gravity isn't real, even though we have measurable evidence that he would accept. Like, he does these kind of experiments all the time. But now he's going to tell us why it doesn't make sense on a globe. And he's going to totally remove gravity from the situation, which is a straw man of the globe model.
You have a super.
Oh, super chat, Paul Reap. You guys are amazing. Amazon is delayed.
Have a new member, Corn Lips.
Corn Lips, thank you so much for becoming a Skeptic Mafia member. All right, so let's see how what his issues are.
So in the first diagram, we have a container, and we've got gas pressure or air on the left side, and then we've got a divider, and then we create a vacuum in the right side of the container. Now, as we remove the barrier or the divider, we know that the gas, the air, will immediately fill all the available space. High pressure to low pressure, always. In this case, we'd still have gas pressure because we are in a container, giving the remaining gas something to press on. Now we'll go.
So what he's explaining here is the basics of the second law of thermodynamics. Now, you can actually describe the second law of thermodynamics in various ways for different situations. Generally, it talks about entropy increasing over time rather than decreasing. And so what he's showing here is an example of that increase in entropy. And all entropy is order, like order of the universe. Like, for instance, he had one side as a vacuum, one side filled with air. Everything was ordered in that way. But if you let things naturally play out, then the second law of thermodynamics just basically says that that gas will fill whatever space that it's in. And we see that everywhere. Even with our own atmosphere, we see it. Because if you create a vacuum, like a pocket vacuum or whatnot here on Earth, then the air rushing in to fill that vacuum, it doesn't create suction, by the way. Vacuums don't create suction. The air rushes in as a product of the second law of thermodynamics. And that's pretty much what he's explaining here. But he's going to show how dumb he is here in a minute. Get those idiot bells ready.
Go to this next diagram where we're going to move. Instead, we're going to rotate our container, and this time create a vacuum on the top and the gas pressure below. Again, when we remove the divider, we know exactly what will happen. The gas will fill the void. Again, we still have gas pressure because we have a container, which is a necessary antecedent because we can't have gas pressure without the container to press on. All right, now
that's actually not that's not why there's pressure. Okay, Teresa Ferry's gas pressure times ego divided by vacuum equals Jeranism. How do you like that mathematical equation, mother fucker?
Why did you just have a fit?
You always got to get at least one fit in.
Oh, okay. That was the moment?
That was the moment.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this is definitely the idiot part right here. So you're a fucking idiot, Jeranism, okay? Because, for one thing, if you could imagine, if you will, this same setup, but you had some kind of magical material that attracted that air, like gas that you have, right? It's just general air, but air is comprised of different molecules and everything like that. So let's just say it's a generalized air kind of attracting substance, right? And let's put enough of that air attracting substance to represent the force of gravity here on Earth. What you would actually find is that most of the gas would keep itself separated and only the very top little bit would eventually dissipate into the vacuum. But what he wants to say here is that gravity is not real, even though it's a main component of the globe model. He's going to remove gravity and then say, oh, look, it flies off into the vacuum. It's like, well, no shit, motherfucker, it'll fly off into the vacuum. God damn it, get some sense about you, you fucking idiot.
Ding.
Ding. So he's basically removing the prime component that explains it. He's presenting it as the actual reality of the situation when we can use observations to show that there at least is some force that is pulling on the matter on the face of the Earth, and that as that force, or as you move things higher in elevation, that force weakens. So regardless of whether or not you want to accept gravity as a real thing, you have to accept dropity or whatever the fuck, but you have to accept that the force of gravity, or the force, this mysterious force, gets decreases as you go higher in elevation. There's no way that you can get past that, but fucking Jeranism just doesn't even realize.
Now I've changed the diagram a little bit because I've taken the top off my container. We've made a vacuum on top, and we have gas pressure below. We can only have gas pressure because the divider is there, and we have a container below allowing the gas to press upon something. Alright, so now I have removed the walls in the vacuum and made it an infinite vacuum like we are told exists all around us. We can still have gas pressure though, below and in the container. But what do you suppose would happen if I remove the divider again? Well, if I take the top off the container which holds the gas, it is instantly gone into the void.
Without gravity, yes, that would be the situation. But you have to account for that force, and you're just not doing that. So you're misrepresenting the entire position here in order to make it seem ridiculous. Robert Kerfhofer, as a graduate of Hogwarts, I can tell you it all magic. Everything is just super magic. And then, hold on, I've actually got, I can't believe I actually have these out. I haven't used these in so long. It's just super magic, motherfuckers.
I don't think that's the appropriate. That doesn't meme.
I don't care.
Oh, okay.
High pressure to low pressure. Second law of thermodynamics. Well, of course, our gas pressure is all gone. It has nothing to press against and will immediately hold.
Oh, yeah. So earlier he was like, you have to have like edges and containers and whatnot in order for pressure to happen. But that's actually not what pressure is. Like I was saying before in my presentation, pressure is caused by the existing atmosphere that rests on top of the atmosphere at wherever you want to like take a pressure reading at. So that pressure is the result of all the other atmosphere pushing down on it. That's why at sea level it's one atmosphere, because that is sort of like the base reading for everything. And then as you go higher than sea level, you have less atmosphere. And then if you go down into deep valleys or whatnot, you have more atmosphere. Also, the same thing can be measured and everything in the oceans, because as you go higher and higher, as you get closer to the surface of the ocean, there's very little pressure. But the deeper and deeper that you go, there's more and more pressure. I mean, it's just simple physics and shit.
To that second law of
What?
Simple physics. Not a thing.
Yeah. We got a super chat. I am curious, if gravity doesn't exist, why can't we write up with a simple ballpoint pen? Well, they would say just everything naturally drops. So it's droppity. It's the theory of droppity. But even then, you like with the theory of droppity, the droppity force has to decrease as you increase in elevation, because that's what we measure on Earth in reality.
Dynamics and dissipate into the endless vacuum above. Now let's see if we can test the only explanation globe defenders have. It gets them out of all jams, maybe this one too. Will gravity hold the gas to the Earth? Now, if this was the case, if gravity holds gases to the Earth, then it will be quite easy to test this. Now, I don't have a vacuum pump or a chamber to do this test, but many do. I've seen people with vacuum chambers on YouTube.
Wait, are you seriously suggesting that you think that if you create a vacuum, like in a rectangular box right there, you create a vacuum, you think that the gas inside the one side is going to stay in an ordered state of being separated from the vacuum if you're just at sea level on Earth or anywhere on Earth, literally anywhere on Earth? You think that is actually going to happen. You're setting up this experiment to fail. I get that you were explaining the second law of thermodynamics or whatever the fuck you were trying to explain over there. I get that you were trying to explain that, but now you're going to seriously suggest that here, sea level, the gas should stay separated from the vacuum? I'm sorry, but that's just a fucking idiot.
Ding.
Let's look at this example. Let's say that we are on a sphere Earth and that gravity is, as Newton said, an attraction between masses. So we are on Earth and gravity is pulling down. In the left side of the chamber, we have gas pressure or air. On the right side, we create a vacuum. Okay, now here's the problem for globe defenders and space religious zealots. If I lower the divider just a tiny bit, just bring it down a hair, what do you think will happen to the gas on the left? Is this what globers believe? That only the gas at the top would fill the vacuum? Or would the gas fill the entire available space? Well, if you believe gravity holds the air pressure down to Earth, even though there is an adjacent vacuum, then you have an untested and an unproven claim, because the gas will dissipate and fill the entire void. High pressure to low pressure, always. Now again.
Okay. So it will do that, but it does that because of gravity. So no, your whole summation there that the Earth's gravity would hold everything in that one side of it like in an ordered state, or like down to where it wouldn't escape over there. Like, I don't... Why the fuck are you so goddamn dumb? Like, this is not a good experiment. This does not actually deal with gravity. This is a magical form of fucking gravity that you have invented in your fucking mind. And it just doesn't exist, Jaron.
We'd still have gas pressure, but because we are in a container, giving the gas something to press upon. To show the impossibility of the consensus scientific belief, we again need to make the vacuum infinite. We again pull down our divider just an inch, and what do you think will happen? Well, of course, the high pressure gas will exit the chamber into the adjacent vacuum and be gone forever.
Also, the Earth doesn't hold the air pressure. Like, he said earlier that the Earth's gravity holds the air pressure. No, it holds the air molecules to the face of the Earth, and around the Earth, but it does not hold the air pressure. Like, that's just a stupid fucking thing to say, you goddamn idiot. Teresa Ferris, anyone else think the graphics on the screen right now look like an old school Atari game? They definitely do, although Atari was a lot better.
No ifs, ands, or buts. Find someone with a vacuum chamber who can do this test at ground level where gravity is said to be the strongest, and you'll see if gravity will hold the gas to the Earth or if the gas will adhere to the second law and exit the vacuum. Now let me show a diagram that shows what we are taught. There's the Earth, and on it we have gas pressure. But there's no container. It is simply pressing down. But above that is the endless, expanding, empty, extremely low pressure of outer space without any divider and without a container. Well, that's simply insane and impossible.
All right, so he says it's insane and impossible. But we have to get to a super chat here from Mike Caskey. How does a pressure gradient exist in a snow globe? Well, it wouldn't. It wouldn't exist in a snow globe, so that would be a good thing for, flat earthers to actually answer. But he's only shitting on the globe model right now. But this is actually not insane, because gravity would be holding on to the molecules and everything like that are closest to it. As it gets farther out, the force of gravity would be less, and so it would be easier for those to get flung off into space. So I mean, this is actual reality that we can experience.
Of course, the gas pressure with no container and no divider will do what the second law of thermodynamics requires. It will go from high pressure to low. It will immediately leave Earth and fill the adjacent void, leaving no gas pressure, no air, nothing. Just the vacuum of space we are all taught exists all around us. So consensus science says we live on a sphere, a globe with this tiny sliver of gas pressure or atmosphere or air surrounding us. Yet this all exists next to an endless vacuum? But there is no container, no walls, no ceilings to press upon, and worse still, no divider.
So, if the flat Earth is true, and there is a firmament overhead that's keeping the atmosphere on the Earth, which that would be the antithesis of the globe model, is there's a firmament that is keeping the atmosphere here. What do you think we wouldn't see? Well, we wouldn't see a pressure gradient as you climb an elevation. And, we definitely wouldn't see the rockets that we shoot off into space. If you watch the rockets, which Red's Rhetoric has a lot of great rocket footage and whatnot, and he's actually got rocket footage where you can see the exhaust from the rockets starting to expand as it gets higher in the atmosphere. That is a visual indication of the air pressure in the upper atmosphere and how the air pressure causes it to expand. So the gradient would be the hands down thing to debunk a firmament. We do not have an evenly pressurized system here on Earth. With the gradient, the only way that could happen would be if we are a globe and if gravity is holding the atmosphere on, and as you gain height, then the force of gravity lessens or weakens. So that's the only way that this could happen.
Well, it is simple to prove this is not reality, as with no divider, no barrier, you'd immediately lose all atmosphere on Earth to the vacuum of space.
And that's where you're a fucking idiot yet again.
Ding.
Because you're totally negating the whole idea of gravity. And I get that you don't think gravity's real, but you have to at least believe in dropity or whatever the fuck that particular concept is. Because even dropity has to maintain that weakening state, like the weakening progression as you get higher in elevation. So if you're saying that no atmosphere would exist on a globe because gravity doesn't exist, then your dropity doesn't exist. Whatever force is out there causing things to drop, however you want to define it, would not exist with what you just said.
There's a...
Was there a super chat?
Yeah.
Demonic Davros.
Yes.
My goddamn brain hurts. He just explained the second law, but say no gravity, therefore derp. Yeah, he's a total idiot. I was going for dipshit or dumbass, but then I decided to go with idiot.
This doesn't even take into account that the Earth is said to be spinning at 1,000 miles per hour at the equator. Ever been on the gravitron? As it spins, things are flung outwards. The atmosphere, the air, the gas pressure would be flung outwards, and of course, we would never even get to that point because there is no divider. There is no barrier, and hence, the gas cannot even exist there to be flung outward anyway. It's long gone. The globe would have no air, no atmosphere, no gas pressure. No container, no gas pressure. No barrier, no gas pressure. And yet...
That's not true. I have more than proven in this particular live stream how you don't need a container and you don't need a barrier. And the reason why he thinks you don't need those things is because he totally leaves gravity out of the equation, and because he doesn't think gravity is real.
99% of the world believes this vacuum of space exists directly next to the gas pressure we have on Earth, with no container, no barrier, no divider. The only thing they have is gravity that holds the gas pressure to Earth as it spins and flies through space at 2.2 million miles per hour.
All right, the 2.2 million miles per hour doesn't really mean fuck all. Paul Reap says weather would be nuts. Coriolis effect is a thing. I know. Like a lot of things would be fucking.
Drew had one.
Drew! Did he maybe dropity his brain one too many times? Yeah, this fucking dipshit did. So, yes, we have gravity to explain why the Earth can hold an atmosphere. Gravity's not the reason exactly why pressure is there, but pressure wouldn't be there without gravity. So it's kind of like a hand-in-hand type thing. But yeah, you haven't actually shown that it's false or anything like that, because if you're going to prove gravity false, then you have also proven your dropity, or just things dropping or whatnot. You're also going against observable science.
Get 3 super.
Mm-hmm. Who's your atheist? It's gravity, because it has to be. Hold on. It's gravity, because it has to be. One day I'll learn to play a big boy instrument. Xantar 2482. It's pronounced Jeranism. Oh, okay, Jeranism.
Then you had one before that, True Blue. Firmament.
Yes, True Blue. If there was a firmament, there would be thousands of broken rockets littering our planet. I mean, possibly. I think that there would be a lot of debris from all of the shit that we've sent in space.
And yet, here we have gas pressure. I'm breathing it with every breath that I take. So the belief...
You breathe air. You don't breathe pressure. You can breathe in different pressure, motherfucker.
Belief in a vacuum of space, an endless void of super low pressure, is simply impossible. Gravity, as I've just shown, doesn't solve this one at all. There's no proof, there's no experiment, they have no demonstration, they have no example.
Actually, I just gave good experiments that you can run on your own. I know how they would pan out because I have the mathematical formula of gravity that will tell me exactly how gravity changes. But you can take atmospheric readings from the bottom of a mountain and you can go up to the top of the mountain, and then you can take atmospheric readings from there, and then you would need to explain why there is less pressure up at the top of the mountain. So I don't know why you're saying that there is no experiment, no demonstration. We have observable evidence that you are wrong in this area. but you will not bend on your whole religious belief in the flat earth, because I don't have a religious belief in the globe, because I have verifiable evidence to support it. And that's what differs religious belief and evidence, or religious belief in, I guess, science or the truth, I guess you could say. You have evidence. Let's say we got NZ Pure. Someone needs to ask Jay what holds the firmament on. Yeah, well, he would probably just say that it's held up on either on pillars or something like that. Like there's, I mean, I don't think that would be very hard for him to skirt around.
Then you have Stringer News.
Yep, Stringer News. If there was a firmament, it would have advertising on it by now. Yeah, I agree. Most probably by Scientology. It's like, see, Xenos out there, you see it's written on the firmament, motherfuckers.
All they have is a religious belief in the vacuum of space. This is exactly why flat earthers like myself say that space, as you have been taught, is most certainly fake. To believe it exists as you were taught is simply a dogmatic belief in the religion of outer space.
No, it's not. But, you know, thanks for playing. You're a fucking idiot.
Ding.
Ding. He goes on to explain shit, talking about pseudoscience and everything like that. He tries to say that the globe belief or whatnot, the globe model is pseudoscience. Everything that we have is pseudoscience, when in actuality it's actual science. He's just sort of trying to turn the tables and say that he's doing actual science, when the shit that he's doing is not actual science. It is not science in any kind of way. It's fucking idiot science.
Ding science.
Ding science. And then, yeah, he promotes another one, and that's where he's talking about more of the second law of thermodynamics, and then it kind of ends there. So, that's it for the video. Let me actually go back to my main camera here. Thank you, heathens, for joining us today, for taking a look at Jism's video. If you will, leave a like on this video. If you're going to leave now, I appreciate you guys joining tonight. Don't forget to share this with a flair for a friend, and we will see you heathens later.
But don't go.
Don't go. We're going to be reading comments and shit, but don't forget to stand up, use your voice, all that kind of good shit, and we will see you heathens later. But now we're on to the comments, and I hope you guys are ready.
I'm ready.
You ready, honey?
Yes.
You've been ready, haven't you?
Yeah.
Shit. Okay. So I gotta get the actual. I gotta add the image. I didn't get a chance to set this up.
Because you were already late.
Yeah, I was late.
NZ Pure, you're wrong. You're
What?
just wrong. They said, much love, but Star Wars is still better than Star Trek.
Oh, fuck. All right, heathens. Well, right now we're going to be going through the Skeptic Mafia comments first. These are good comments left by you mafiosos, which I accidentally spelled it mafio today. That's why Teo Software says, it's me, Mafio.
Gotcha.
This is how Mafia works.
Oh, yeah, somebody reminded you the camera.
Yeah.
That was Pine Snake. Thank you, Pine Snake.
Yep, thank you, Pine Snake. I appreciate it. One day I'll get a camera that I can actually, use correctly. So if you want to become part of the Skeptic Mafia, like you've seen a lot of people here join the Skeptic Mafia right here in the stream, you can hit that join link right now on the watch page, or you can go to joinskepticmafia.com, and you too can leave a comment that I will read and respond to directly here on air. I feel like it really gives us time to, interact with each other that we normally wouldn't have. So I appreciate all you mafiosos out there that did leave comments, and we're going to go through them. Like Jonathan Hanachak, who says, wow, facepalm. The new evolution is coming. It starts with this guy, Idiocracy. It's becoming true. Go see the movie. Idiocracy is a good movie. I don't know, honey, did you like Idiocracy?
Eh.
Idiocracy was a good movie.
Okay. You think everything is a good movie?
I mean, for the most part, like, I don't know. Like, I don't expect too much out of a movie depending on what it's supposed to be. Like, if a movie is supposed to be, like, some grandiose thing or whatnot, it's just really underwhelming, I'll say that I didn't like it or it wasn't what it was meant to be. But, like, Idiocracy is not meant to be some kind of profound movie, even though it has somewhat predicted how dumb people will get. And it's predicted, like, how much the advertising kind of game will step up and whatnot. Like it's predicted a few things in our current present, but Idiocracy, for what it is a good movie. Gary White. Okay, here's my hot take on this. Is what he is trying to prove. What is he trying to prove with this? Is that why is he trying so hard to tell people about the globe? Why don't he find another career and stop wasting our time? Hell, I know someone who can definitely do a better job than him. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He definitely does this for money. He makes a lot of money on his flat earth shit. But yeah, I don't know why. I mean, at every turn, Jism fails. Like, he's just a fucking idiot all the way around.
Ding.
Drew's book reviews. Ha ha ha. This guy says gravity does not explain the atmosphere while simultaneously denying the existence of gravity. Wouldn't you have to accept that gravity exists before claiming you have proven it does not explain atmosphere next to a vacuum? Well, yeah, that's kind of an interesting insight here, Drew, because you would have like in order to say that gravity does not explain the atmosphere, you would have to fully understand what gravity does or the effects of gravity. And what Jism does is he totally ignores all of the effects of gravity, but then says that it doesn't do anything to hold the atmosphere on. You can't ignore the effects of gravity and at the same time say that it doesn't do anything for it. All right, next comment, or next set of Skeptic Mafia comments. Pine Snake. Why do people such as this one try to push the idea that science is a religion? Well, I feel like what they're trying to do is put it on par with their own belief set. They want everybody to be on the same playing field as them, which is religious ideology. And so they say that we're dogmatic about science, but science, science itself, like the scientific method, is definitely not dogmatic because it is self-correcting. Whereas a religious dogma or religious belief is not self-correcting. You have specific things that are rules and you can't contradict those rules. That's what makes it dogmatic. I'd like to know what deity science believes in or what supernatural entity we don't question. I don't think it's about supernatural entities or anything like that. I think that it's more about the dogmatic kind of like religious belief, like the dogmatism of religious belief. Drew's book reviews. Hey GE, you ever drink any Canadian beer? I don't think that I have. I don't think that I have. I'm sure that it's good though. I would love to have some one day. Oh, we got a new member, Fatal Gravity. Yes, gravity is fucking fatal if you fall from high enough. I'd like to know what. The deity part. Most of science consists of proving hypotheses to be incorrect, and by figuring out that, we learn a little bit more. I wouldn't mind people like this if they actually developed a model to challenge the heliocentric model. But as of yet, I'm still waiting. All this being said, it was fun playing Fallacy Bingo. Lol. Yeah, Pine Snake, it's always nice watching any of these Flurfer videos and just being able to call out fallacy after fallacy. Chris Kelling, why is it whenever I see this demonstration, I think of the Simpsons movie? Just when you thought Jeranism couldn't be any stupider than shining a laser on the ISS, he comes up with something like this. Yeah, Chris, it was a pretty idiot thing to do, right? Ding.
You didn't say fucking idiot.
Sorry.
Do it again.
Fucking idiot.
Ding.
Jeranism, stop saying you understand fluid dynamics because you clearly don't. Now fuck off and read a book, you fucking idiot.
Ding.
Hey GE, what's up? Hey there, NZ Pure. I'm glad that you were able to make it tonight. Let's see. These were kind of borderline long, so
next time.
Next time, try to shorten it up there, Torgeborn Lindbergh. Jism really outdid himself today. Even my cat had a what the fuck is this idiot thinking look on her face when I was playing it. Oh, and she said to tell you meow. Well, meow back. I'm sure that cat looked over and was like, what the fuck are you watching? Are you watching some kind of cat porn? No. Sorry, Christopher. Torgeborn Lindbergh, thank you for your comment, even though I kind of shit on it a second ago. Oh, the pain! Why can't these sorry excuses for bipedal sapients learn that the context of words change their meaning and significance? You do not need a container for a gas. You need something that contains it. Two words so similar in meaning yet so different. Someone needs to explain to these Muppets that a container creates pressure by applying a force on the molecules in the gas, and that gravity is a force acting on the molecules in the atmosphere. What am I saying? They all know gravity doesn't exist. Yeah, and I mean the pressure though is really caused by the atmosphere that's pushing down on the existing atmosphere at any particular level. So the pressure, it comes from the atmosphere pushing down on the atmosphere that's below it. But yeah, I mean, you need a force to keep it ordered like that, though. And that force is gravity. By the way, if you are interested in like more information about like gravity and how it affects the atmosphere and everything like that, I have a link in the description. If you want to go down there, you can check it out. And you'll be better for it. It comes from a university, so not an idiot. Oh, Jaron, you've done it again. What does Jaron think is stopping the air molecules from racing up the side of the mountain to create an equilibrium between sea level and the top of Everest? That's exactly what I said. Fucking, we're right on the same level there, not an idiot.
Not ding.
Not ding. The Earth is not enclosed in a container. If it were, the pressure differentials at various altitudes would violate the second law of thermodynamics. If the flat earthers were correct in their assertion that the atmosphere is enclosed in a dome and there is no such thing as gravity, you would have an equilibrium in air pressure from the sea level to the dome. Simply put, the steady decline in air pressure from sea level to space proves gravity and disproves the dome. Flat Earther proves the globe again. I agree, not an idiot. He definitely did prove a globe, or at least he proved how he's a fucking idiot and shouldn't be trusted. Like, as far as like presenting this information. Demonic Davros, these guys don't understand thermodynamics. I agree, Demonic Davros. They don't fucking understand anything because you know why?
Why?
They're a fucking idiot.
Ding.
Kiwi H says, gravity, you fucking... And then I get that you wrote that word. I personally don't use that word. So, but yeah. Gravity, you fucking idiot!
Ding!
Flat Earth Freak Show. I couldn't possibly provide an intelligent comment after listening to that fucking booger eater dribbler. Defining pseudoscience? The fuck? Nearly lost it, man.
It's funny.
Oh, Chrismer. Christmas coming up. Oh, you guys can't see Christmas. Y'all ready for Christmas art? Christmas has beautiful art on these shows. Here we go. Boom. I'll make this short and simple. Jeranism, this is for you. Boom. Thank you, Christmas. I appreciate it. We got Quentin Van Boeven in the house. Hope I can get off work in time to catch part of this. The cognitive dissonance is strong with this one. Is this the same idiot that has a personal dome belief? He is wrong on so many levels. Gee, rip him a new one. Fucking yes, motherfucker. I will. I did. I ripped him a new fucking one.
I can't believe you just threw your hat over that.
But yeah, this is the same idiot that has the personal dome theory that a lot of people use. And then Urban Imposter, I couldn't say it better myself. The Earth is not a closed system, you dolt. I agree. You dolt.
I love that word.
Dolt?
Yes. I love British, like, insult words.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Paul, everybody kind of gets one. And this is kind of the first time that I've seen you post. Paul Beck. I don't, what I was trying to say is try to shorten up your comments. Like, I appreciate all of your thoughts, but I do have a lot to read.
Please.
Paul, huh?
Please.
Sorry.
Uh-huh.
I'm uncultured.
Uh-huh.
I don't have a comprehensive understanding of this subject. However, he seems to be implying that Earth is a perfect vacuum that is directly next to outer space. I know we lose some atmospheric gases, but it happens slowly. Different levels of the atmosphere leading out to outer space would have different levels of pressure. It's not like it's just one absolute to another. True. Also, isn't the Earth always producing gases emitted from living organisms and geologic processes? That is enough to maintain the pressure held by in the atmosphere that is contained in limbo by gravity. The motion of the planet creates. That is without mentioning all of these gases we pump out into the atmosphere daily. This is much more nuanced topic than this guy thinks. It is, and Paul, I would say that kudos for you for pointing out that gases are produced here on Earth as a result of different natural processes. But I would say that, like, the algae in the oceans produce most of our oxygen that we have, and then you have other different processes that happen around the Earth that also produce gases. So that's also something to consider, and also it would lead to a uniform distribution of the atmosphere if it was a closed dome. And I believe that's it. I think. Hold on, I got all the comments pulled up here. Oh, we got Sean Taylor 13 minutes ago. Okay, Sean. Oh, FES smell their own farts when they talk about pressure. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, if you could think about it like this, okay? Think about it like Jeranism. What he does is he farts in a wine glass and then he sniffs it for pleasure, okay? He wafts it. He's like, oh, that's good flirt for fart right there. Oh, yes, I love smelling my own farts.
Kyle was telling me about that. There's a name for that.
Yeah, there's a fetish for smelling your own farts. I wasn't trying to kink shame, but at the same time, like, I smell my farts on a daily basis, and even I have to cover them up.
I try to run away from yours.
Yeah, mine makes the paint peel. So it anyways. Now we do have a few dumbass comments tonight. Honey, are you ready for some? Hold on. Comments of the day. Prepare to facepalm yourself in the next week.
I'm ready.
Zephyr says Jism probably uses a fart vape pen. Get your best. They have like oils or something like. Get your best fart oils here.
I don't know. Teresa Ferry said that she thinks it's more RPP style to smell his farts from a wine glass. With his fancy mustache.
Yeah. All right, so most of these are going to come from my debate with Red Pill Philosophy, because that happened this week. So a lot of these are going to come from that. Like this one. Dang, you got destroyed! Lol, better luck next time. I don't need luck next time. I mean, he's the one that got destroyed. I didn't get destroyed. But his entire fan base thinks I'm the one that got destroyed.
I have to laugh at how like triggered he was about the mustache thing. You said literally nothing about his mustache during that thing, and it was me that was making fun of it like a few weeks ago when you did the other video. Like, I'm sorry, but you do look like a satire villain that's horrible at their job, and it's because of your ridiculous fucking mustache.
Hashtag Dick Dastardly. That's who he's Dick Dastardly. Anyways, here's Sunmeon says, funny how when I look up Flat Earth on YouTube, your video with 4,500 views and 43,000 subs comes up, but not Red Pill's video, which has 8,500 views and 203,000 subs. You globetarbs claim they aren't censoring Flat Earth. Yeah, about that. I
don't claim that.
So, well, yeah, I don't claim that they're not censoring Flat Earth, but at the same time, they literally, now I'm claiming it, they literally aren't censoring Flat Earth, because basically all they're doing is they're not going to suggest Flat Earth videos to people when they're searching. They don't want people to get thrown into these deep like conspiracy theory rabbit holes. So they're not gonna do that.
Plus, you're really good at SEO, and he's a fucking idiot who probably doesn't even know what that means.
Yeah. Actually, I said maybe I just SEO'd my shit up better than he did, which is I'm fairly certain. Which I don't know what kind of tags he had on his video, but I mean I SEO'd the fucketh it up, okay? And I pinged it for like anything Red Pill Philosophy related to the Flat Earth topic. I added all of those tags in there. I also put it in the description and in the title. So, I mean, I know what the fuck I'm doing. And yeah, I probably appeared before him because I know how to work with the algorithm. The algorithm still shows Flat Earth videos in the search feed or in the search results. So I'm guaranteeing that you had to actually go past a whole bunch of Flat Earth videos in order to get to mine. Which, let's see, I can actually do this. Of course, I doubt my video is going to come up. Let's see. I'm just going to look real quick, see if it's even like in the very first few of the Flat Earth. Like, I don't know how he found, he had to scroll like way on down. Is yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just fallen off of it, but oh wait, there it is. It's got 5.1 thousand views now. Yep, got to. It's because he's not SEOing his shit up. So I mean, that's really on him. That's his fault. He should invest some of that 8 hours time that he has. Yeah, into SEO. I mean, I've spent more than that looking into my SEO, but you know, I'm just a dumb fucking glober, right? Reggie G. Ooh, buddy. Okay. Fat, out of shape, godless engineer, lasers off the moon? Haven't heard that one yet. Just one thing, y'all. Show me a damn curve. Oh, wait, you can't. Globers need to do just a little bit of research, and then you will learn this Zionist Masonic lie. Ha ha ha. Oh yeah, you know what Masons call an atheist? They call them stupid atheists, and for good reason. Oh, okay.
Thanks for your comment, Reggie.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I love reading these. It's been a little while since I've actually had these type of comments, so I I totally appreciate you, Reggie, for being a dipshit. A dipshitiot. There we go.
Dipshitiot?
Dipshitiot.
I feel like that deserves a ding.
It does. Flatman says, ha ha, clueless engineer. What explosion. Stick to your day job eating pies. Motherfucker, you don't know what my day job is.
He's a software engineer.
Fuck it, honey, don't tell him.
And he doesn't eat pie.
No, actually, I'd pretty much stay away from pie. Yeah. I stay away from most sweets. You know, and it's not like I snack all day or anything like that. I'm just fucking fat. I don't know why they always gotta latch onto my weight for some reason. Oh yeah, because they don't have a fucking argument to stand on.
Oh yeah, that's right. Pine Snake reminded me you're an engineer at Burger King.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot my engineer. I engineer burgers, I guess. Team Skeptic said, Godless Engineer, that was a guy I debated on non-sec that lives in a shipping container. Dead serious. Oh shit, that was that guy? Woo! Shipping container guy. Fuck, he must have got new reception somewhere. He bummed Wi-Fi.
Oh my god, a douche. You gotta read this one.
Yeah.
You gotta read this comment.
Godless is a douche! James.
James, buddy. Learn how to fucking spell.
No, I mean, I don't know what a douche is, honey, but it must be something pretty fucking vile if I am. Is it like a couch, but like, maybe, did you take a dump on it and it's a dump couch?
Maybe it's a compliment.
Godless is a douche. Oh, is that like, oh, I am just the best globe prover and flat earth debunker out there. That's what douche means. Thank you so much, James, for your compliment. Ron Gabbard, high-pitched voice rage quit. Ha 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 ha.
Okay, like, here's the thing with the rage quit. That is absolutely hilarious because, like, you said that the debate was going nowhere, which was true. It wasn't. You both did your outros and, like, wrapped it up and you said bye. That's not a fucking rage quit.
No, it's not. But he frames it as a rage quit because I'm the one that said, hey, we should stop this. So, obviously, rage quit.
Well, I mean, you went for an hour and a half.
I know.
Like, I was hungry.
I know. I was hungry, too. I like how I like how they're so disingenuously phrasing it as you know, a rage quit.
That's all he can say because I mean, he doesn't have any other argument. He doesn't even have that argument, but he certainly can't use any other.
True. Well, that's going to be it for tonight, heathens. I appreciate everybody joining me. If you will leave a like after this post, leave a comment. I would really appreciate it. Sorry. I'm going to go through some of your comments right now. I'm not going to be able to go through a lot of them, but we can definitely hit a few. So if you want them answered, be sure to tag Godless Engineer or Caitlin Chloe. We're going to be looking through the comments for your questions. I'll do one more plug for the joinskepticmafia.com. If you want to be Skeptic Mafia member, you just hit that join link or go to joinskepticmafia.com. The more members that we have in the Skeptic Mafia, the more emojis I can ignore.
Oh my god. Okay, so this is the second or third person I've seen say this, that RPP trimmed his mustache curls. Apparently he was triggered, and someone else said he did another video about you.
Well, I know he went to Walmart and bought a globe. I don't know if he's done another video about me.
I don't know. You can look later. Let's do the questions.
So Chrismer said, Godless Engineer, I have an answer for you. A douche is a dildo couch. A crusty old couch made out of used dildos. Ew!
That would not even be comfortable. Like, every time you sit, you're going to get a dick in your ass.
Yeah, I know.
Sometimes I just
Why am I a dildo couch?
I don't.
Godless Engineer, Caitlin Chloe. The James from the comments is a douche canoe!
Not gonna disagree.
Beach 8 does great show tonight, Godless Engineer Caitlin Chloe.
Oh, Reese C has an interview on Neil 604 Atheist tomorrow.
That's awesome.
So check out Neil 604 Atheist. He does really, really good interviews with all kinds of people in the atheist community.
Yeah, he does. Gregory Schmidt, Godless Engineer, he couldn't even find the globe at Walmart. Lol. Gregory Schmidt, Godless Engineer, he then said Walmart didn't support the globe. Godless Engineer, you should check out Guinness Clear Beer. It's good for a person with diabetes. Oh, okay. Thanks, Tal Trayson. I appreciate that. I will definitely look into it.
I put Neil's channel link in the chat.
Oh, yeah. Everybody definitely go subscribe to Neil. He's great. Godless Engineer, what's your favorite shape for the Earth supplied by Globe Denier? Well, I mean, actual Globe Deniers. I mean, the world's flat and everything. Like, there are the Hollow Earth people, which I think are more interesting, but I see less videos from them. Like, it seems like that's a less favorable.
I like the model that has the breaks in the ice wall, and then there's like other continents around.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I love that model. Not that it works and not that it's real, but it's really cool to look at.
Oh, okay. So by far my favorite, now I got something, is the one video I did where it's like they were showing off their model and it's like aliens were emerging out of swamps and then they escaped the Earth's like dome and then there was like floating cities and shit and everything. And I don't know, that was kind of interesting. NZ Pure says, Godless Engineer, you need to try some Steinlager, excellent Kiwi beer, and it's solid over in the state. It's sold solid. What the fuck? I've been reading those bad comments for far too long. Christopher Moore, RPP literally uploaded a video about you, Godless Engineer, an hour ago. Oh shit, an hour ago. You gotta check that out after the stream. I thought fat bottom girls make the world go around, but money greases the wheel. Oh. Let's say, Godless Engineer, how do you feel about the reflection model that Logic replied to a couple of weeks ago? I haven't had a chance to watch his video on it, but it's in my watch later. GE, what flurfer do you want to have a chance to debate? Oh man, I would love to debate Nathan Oakley. Like, that guy would be fucking hilarious to debate. Honey, I gotta show you the portion from Jaren's video that I didn't have time to show tonight.
Okay.
Because he fucking loses it. He's screaming and shit. I feel like I gotta go through. Yeah, I gotta go through and pull out sound bites so that I can get one of those Elgato Stream Decks, and I can program different things in there. And I'll just hit it, and it'll be like, no.
Leah Podcast said, we were just interviewing Neil on Leah and finished up shouting him out at the exact moment y'all did. Streamception.
Let's see. Tim Scott, Godless Engineer. I'll moderate that debate. Oh, that would be awesome if that could happen. Yes, I'm a bad spiller, but I own up to it. It happens. Oh, sorry, Christopher. I fuck up shit all the time.
Capital H.
Huh?
Capital H.
Oh, I see it. You said stay away from pie. Warm apple pie? Poor Casey. You develop a taste. You'll develop a taste. Lol. That and try Canadian beer. Cream Springs if you can find them. I will definitely have to try. I'm always up for trying beers that I can actually do it.
And there's no poor Casey in that regard, just saying.
Oh. All right, heathens. Well, it's been well over an hour and a half. So
yes, and it's 10:12, and everybody should go over to Godless Iowans channel.
Yeah, let me get.
And it is time for weekend binge. It's right here.
Oh, do you got the link?
I do. I'm gonna put it in the chat right now.
Okay, yeah. Casey and I are both putting the link in the chat to go and see the Godless Iowan. Everybody go see Goddess Island, the weekend binge, and all that kind of good shit. They got great stuff going on over there. I think it's only a half-hour show because you're about halfway into it, but it's a great show. Go check it out right now. Tell them that GE says hi, and we will see you heathens later.
Bye, y'all.
Don't forget to stand up and use your voice. Bye, heathens.
Bye, y'all.